The latest government report on the origins of COVID saying the virus likely came from a Chinese lab leak.
The Biden administration is pushing back on the findings by its own energy department, though top officials say, quote, the president believes that it is important that we get to the bottom of this. Where is the bottom of this? It's what we're all wondering. White House correspondent Allison Harris is live with more White House reaction. Good morning, Allison.
Good morning, Mitch and Adrienne. It doesn't take much to remember that just 2 years ago, this lab leak theory was synonymous with conspiracy theory for so many. Now it's government debate as the U.S. Department of Energy concludes, albeit with low confidence, that COVID originated from a lab leak in Wuhan. That conclusion coming from a classified report delivered to the House and Senate Intelligence Committees. The Biden administration pumping the brakes, though, saying this.
There is not a consensus right now in the U.S. government about exactly how COVID started. There is just not an intelligence community consensus.
Beijing quickly hitting back at the U.S., a spokesperson for the Chinese Foreign Ministry slamming what it calls politicization of COVID, saying stop smearing China. But China hasn't been transparent in allowing an outbreak investigation. The U.S. ambassador to China saying that China needs to be more honest, as this just adds to the long list of disagreements between the two world powers. Now, it is important to note that the intelligence community does agree that this virus was not developed as a biological weapon. Mitch?
So, Allison, where's Dr. Fauci in all of this? Is he saying anything about this?
So Dr. Fauci is saying that we may never know the origin of COVID. You're hearing that from several officials. Fauci refuted the idea that this came from a lab leak back in 2020. Eventually, in 2021, he said that the most likely origin is from an animal species to a human. That's the other possibility here, but that Fauci kept an open mind that it could have been from a lab leak. Fauci is being attacked by Republicans who question whether funding from the National Institutes of Health went to research in China that resulted in the coronavirus. Fauci has said that the viruses studied in China linked to NIH funding were genetically far distant. The president and lawmakers from both parties say that they want to get to the bottom of this. They want accountability. You're seeing a growing calls from a bipartisan group of lawmakers on this. And on Capitol Hill, a special select committee on COVID is investigating. And tonight, Mitch, we're going to hear in a primetime hearing also from the select committee on China. We'll be following all of it.
There is a lot to follow. Thank you for following it for us, Allison.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.